Yeah, bye. All right, XOXO. Got a girl. Audra at Home is filmed in front of a live Pitbull audience. Good morrow and merry meet. My name is Audra and you are in for a treat. All right, today we're doing another palette chat. I got home from work at a decent time and I'm really excited because it means I can actually put some makeup on for New Makeup Nonsense. And if I was gonna put makeup on, I was like, let's just film and chat, shall we? Today's palette that will be featured in the palette chat is going to be the Glamlight Happy Hour Wine Palette. I'm very excited to use this. It has a Best Awards wine winner on it. I'm sorry, for some reason that just it caught me off guard. And then it reflected weird and I was like, what happened? I got confused. Light does that to me. Anywho's here's hoping. I'm probably just gonna have to put my headphones on because it's a little too close to after work for me to not have headphones on. I haven't had any quiet, but yeah. Let me open her. That sounded weird. Don't let me say let me open her again because that sounded. I took off the plastic because I'm trying to get better about doing that. And this be her in all her glory. She's really pretty. She's really pretty. And I'm like, you know what? I'm probably gonna use Vintage Merlot and Fruity for sure. We know me. So before I get started, I'm gonna name this video whenever it's done because I just want to talk about a thing that's been on my mind. Yeah. So I just kind of wanted to talk about, because I've talked about this before, but let us get very real. I'm also, side note, probably nothing I use will be in the description below. However, if you're going to be shopping anyway, if you don't mind using my affiliate links below, that'd be freaking great. Thanks, appreciate it. I make money and I put it back into the channel. So that said, and that's done. I used to put everything in but it's a lot. So what I want to talk about is I've been doing this series kind of talking about, or not kind of, I have been doing a series talking about why we are experiencing lower views in the beauty community. And the most obvious one we all know is laughter. And let's get real about that. I feel like people don't want to admit that drama brought a lot of people to this community, but that's just the very thing. Drama did bring people to the community. However, the people that it brought weren't necessarily people who were into beauty. They were people who came for the drama, which understood, babes. No shade or no hate to the people who just were here enjoying the beauty drama. Oh, damn. This is pretty. It's got a lot of fallout on it, so I'm glad I put my primer on first, but shit. Nice. And I don't know if I end up putting this video up. Who knows? Because I filmed it and all this stuff, and then I did see, I can't remember her name, but I'll put it here. She had put a video up similar, and I was like, I don't want to look like a copycat. Plus I feel like I was all over the place, which I'm going to be in this video because I always am all over the place. But the lack of drama, the lack of people having issue with each other or Nikita Dragon doesn't count because Nikita's not in the beauty community, and I will say that a million times. Nikita Dragon's drama doesn't count, and I don't even really count Nikita Dragon as doing anything. Anyways, just, you know what? I'm gonna say what I want. So that being said, obviously, we know that drama brings views. It does. We'd like to pretend it doesn't. We would like to pretend that positivity and light is what brings people, but it's not. It just isn't. It would be fantastic, obviously, if it did, but it doesn't. So we have to get used to that and move on from the idea that if we're super positive or this, that. I think that is well and good, but our reality is drama brings people. But obviously, as we all know, The drama went from being, you know, haha, these people don't like each other to, oh my God, that seems illegal. So now I feel like everybody's just kind of holding their breath because first of all, when it comes to certain things and certain people, I think people are just like surprised that people aren't in prison. And our reality is, you know, I've watched enough crime TV to know without a report, there isn't a crime. So that part does suck for all of us. And that's the reality that we're in. But the other reality is that, you know, drama beauty YouTube is over. You know, drama beauty YouTube is done. And it had to die. You know what I mean? Like it had to die because it was got to points where we were like genuinely concerned about people and what was going on. It started to get into levels. I mean, I get that people, you know, not everybody is going to care about racism or any of the icks because they don't have to. It doesn't affect them, so they don't have to care, and they can just like live their best lives. And, you know, whatever. I'm not gonna, you know, shit on people for just, I mean, not verbally, like not on camera, but you know, but it's true though. Sometimes there are just things that don't affect you. And when they don't affect you, unfortunately, people tend to sometimes just be like, meh, I don't care. I probably am not gonna put the video up because I'm rehashing a lot of shit, but it was to the point where like Shannon Rose, you know, had created drama just because, ooh, how about Napa though? Let's see, fruity, ooh, bitch, Napa, ooh, bitch. We're gonna do fruity because I fucking want to. Once you had people like making up fake drama, you had to know that like drama was really driving this train, you know what I mean? Like really keeping people on the map. And it made sense, right? Because back in the day, when you got into some dramatic shit or some shit was going down between you and somebody else, you did experience like a bump in not only views, but also subscribers. Like people who were also gonna like see what happened. They were on your side. You know, you were sympathetic. So they were like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this happened to so-and-so. And so you did get these like huge bumps in views, right? And then the thing is, it's temporary. Therein lies the problem, is that it's temporary because the reality is you get that bump, but how many of those people were subscribed to you because they wanted to watch your content versus how many people were just interested to see what was going to happen next? Like if you're a whole train wreck, right? Like, you know, the Gabby Hannas of the world, I know. I can't stop saying that, but like, wow, all the things that go on with her are just like, it kind of blows my mind every time, you know what I mean? Anyway, if you're a whole train wreck, how many people are just coming to see the train crash? Do you know what I mean? Like there's not people coming because they're interested in your content. They're coming, most of them, because they're interested in watching the crash. And so they're gonna be subscribed to you for as long as possible. And if you don't, you know, create that shit that they really wanna see, sorry, I was so far, but like, I make messes and sometimes I'm like, eh. Anyways, if you're not like being the messy bitch that they came to see, then eventually they just stop watching. So it's a double-edged sword, right? Like on the one hand, you get subscribers, but on the whole other, those subscribers aren't there because they care about your content. And then the other thing is, I think people aren't willing to drum up or get into drama anymore because it's not good for you. It ruins your reputation. You know, it can ruin your reputation. You know what I mean? Like, look at Tati and the way that even people who watch her now are still basically waiting in a weird way. Like, if she fucks up in any way, shape, or form, they're gonna use that as their out. Which, babes, if that's what you're thinking about, like, if you're like, as long as they don't fuck up again, I'm gonna, like, maybe it's time to move on. You know what I mean? Like, I get that you miss them. I get that you might miss their content. But, like, if your thought process is, you know, if they fuck up, then I'm out. Like, you should probably just get out because I don't think you like them as much as you think you do. That's just my unsolicited advice. But it can ruin your reputation. It can take away brand deals. Like originally it was just like, you know, titty tatty bullshit. Yes, I said titty, but it was like titty tatty bullshit where people just didn't like each other, or like were having a fight and then they got back to being friends. And honestly, I feel like the real like trace back is the Kat Von D shit. I feel like when that blew up, that to me was like signaling the beginning of the end, right? Because that went so far that they had to like get her off of the fucking brand. You know what I mean? Like that shit went so far they had to be like, yeah, let's just move her on out of here because this isn't cute, right? And so like I feel like people forget, you know, because we get so focused on like the Jeffrey and the James and the Tati that we kind of forget that the whole Kat Von D mess really signaled, in my opinion, looking back, the beginning of the end of drama beauty YouTube. It just became like, especially as more and more details about like her husband and all this stuff started coming in, it just became really gross, and you were like, oh wow, this is, yee. And I feel like a lot of us were looking at things like that, like this is, yee. So this is what we have so far. I don't know if you can tell that I have two different, oh, you can kind of, two different shimmers on the eye. So I actually ended up using both Fruity and I think Napa. Yeah, I ended up using both of them. So I think maybe Chardonnay is gonna go in the inner eye because, you know, I love a gold inner eye. Moving on. So today I'm gonna be expensive. I'm gonna use this Valentino foundation because, bitch, I did not pay all this money for this. Actually, it's a really good foundation. It's just not like, it's not like the best foundation ever, if you know what I mean. You know, it's not like, oh my god. If you've seen the video, you know what I'm talking about. Anyhow, so now that there's no drama, we also have to like we have to address our addiction to the drama. I know addiction is a strong word, but I do not use it lightly. I use it in this sense because I feel like what's happened is people got so comfortable, right? So comfortable and used to drama and calling people out and getting traction with it, right? If you thought, you know, a creator was behaving in a way that was unbecoming, if you thought that they were being uncaring, you were really able to, you know, call out this behavior, and it would just like, it would in fact be like this big ass call to arms. There's a ton of fallout, so we're gonna hope that I can fix that. But you were able to, you know, put together a call to arms. You get on any one of your beauty forums and let people know that this person is doing this thing and it's really fucked up and like da 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 da, and then everybody would kind of jump out and be like, yeah. But the thing is, and I get it, there's a high because we have so little control in so many other parts of our lives, right? You go to work and you don't have a lot of control over the work that you're gonna do that day. You don't have control over how like a lot of, you know, people treat you. You don't have control over the way that Cheryl in accounting is always pissing you off. Like there's a lot you don't have control over. But when you started, you know, showing up in beauty YouTube and calling folks out, right? And you were able to actually quote unquote enact change, right? Like there was a feeling of like, we can do it, you know? There was this kind of overwhelming feeling of being able to enact change and have control where in a lot of other parts of our lives, we don't. And I will say that I feel like a lot of people got pretty high on that feeling, right? And so you can see it now in that people will like call out, and I'm gonna call it dumb shit, because one, because I want to and it's my video, but are like literally glomming onto and grabbing just about anything they can. I'm using the Pat McGrath concealer if anybody cares. And the thing about that is that there's not actually like drama happening. There's not actually something going down. It's just like people have gotten so used to calling people out and getting results that I think that there's this level of disappointment when, especially when you look at what happened with, you know, the giant drama that honestly is having to sustain all of the drama fiends. And if you think that I'm lying, like, look at anybody who's done a rehash recently of all of the drama that's happened in the beauty community, and look at the views that they have. Obviously, we still care. Like, they're like, we collectively, not you personally, we, me, I, you, us. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like there was this just upward tick of feeling like you had some control. We were able to tell these folks what's up and get people to apologize and try to correct their shitty behaviors, even if it's just on camera. At least on camera, they're not being a dick, you know what I mean? But now that everybody's just like, you know, staying in their corner and minding their business, it's a dry world out there for the drama fiends. And the thing is, you have to be, you know, realistic in that people don't want drama anymore. Like, and by people, I'm not talking about us, the subscribers. I'm talking about the creators. Don't want it. Like I said before, it's bad for their reputations. It harms their channel, and realistically, it's never gonna stop being brought up. Like, for as long as Tati does YouTube, and even probably whenever after she leaves, this shit is gonna follow her. Mark my words. Like, if she comes out with another palette, the drama will be involved in that. Like, people will talk about that. It's something that is like not gonna leave. Her name will forever be linked to that drama, forever. You know what I mean? She's never going to be able to escape that, and you know, that's her own fault, obviously. We make our own beds, and we're gonna have to lie in them. That's our truth. If we're gonna talk about truths, that's one of them. We have to realize that, like, once we do the things that we do, we're kind of stuck with what we've done. We don't get to just kind of walk away from it and be like, that was a mistake, and then like leave. Nope. We gonna have to stay around for this shit. And so I do feel like everybody now knows, especially like newer creators, fully understand, like, it's not a good idea to get involved in literally any drama at all. And that it will harm them, that drama will follow them forever. And it doesn't matter if you apologize. It doesn't matter if you were truly sorry for what went down. Like, what's gonna happen, unfortunately, I was like trying to speak French, and obviously I don't speak French, but is that it's gonna follow you, and you're going to have to respond to your misdeeds or things that you've done wrong for like an eternity. Like, you're never gonna get a day off of it. It's always gonna be like, you have to respond to a thing you did a gazillion years ago. And not only is it like, you don't want to get involved because it harms your reputation and harms your money, but like, it is not good for your channel. And by that, I mean, like I was talking about earlier, if I get in drama and then I suddenly get, you know, another 10K subscribers, like, I wouldn't want that, because I don't want people who are subscribing because they think I'm gonna do some wild ass shit, right? And then when I don't do said wild ass shit, they're out. You know, they're out like a scout. They're like, yeah, I came for exciting drama and I'm not getting it. And so they're not gonna watch my channel, and that would actually be more harmful to my channel than helpful. Please hold, I need quiet to fix. Now all that drama does way more harm than good, and people see that now. Because again, it's not like it was before where the drama was mostly petty anyway. You know what I mean? There used to be just like petty bullshit drama, and that was fine. Do you know what I mean? Like, that was fine. Nobody cared. It was like, okay, y'all are arguing, and you like subscribed people, and a lot of it was just bullshit. They're like, we're friends again, until you stayed subscribed to these folks, because like, you never knew when were they going to be friends again. If they were they going to like make up? Oh my gosh, you know, were they gonna suddenly be friends. I need to shave my mustache, but we're not going to talk about that today. Were they suddenly going to be friends and everything was going to be cool? Like, it was all just bullshit. Now it's not, obviously. Not only that, but I think another thing, you know, well, before I go to the next thing, I will also say that a lot of those people who signed up for drama and they're not getting it anymore have left. Like, they don't want to watch, you know, YouTube, beauty YouTube, because like nobody's feuding and fighting and hating each other. Like, that was their whole raison d'etre, and then now it doesn't exist. And so they're like, yeah, I'm going to go, which good riddance. Good. I'm sorry. I know that that's rude, but like, I don't care. Like, I don't care that it's rude, because I feel like those folks weren't doing anything good for the community. Now, I know that this looks weird and like strange and kind of messy, but it'll make sense, I hope. So like, those people aren't watching anymore. All the drama fiends have gone. You know, they'll show up again, like if something pops off. But I truly don't think we'll have like the shit we used to have. I don't think we're gonna have that, like those situations going on anymore. Like, I feel like will there be drama in the community? Yes, of course there will be. But I don't think we're going to have that same level of like fuckery that was going on, because I feel like everybody kind of knows now, like, what, there we go, that's so much better. Everybody kind of knows what the results of that kind of fuckery are gonna be, and it's obviously not good. It's not gonna be good, sir. But also, another huge thing is that, like, the girlies have grown up. Like, the reality of the situation is that a lot of creators who started in their like late teens or early 20s, they've grown up. They're grown-ups now. You know, they are getting married, they're getting divorced, they're having kids, they're doing adult shit, and they're having lives outside of their channel, which is fucking amazing, honestly. Because who wants their entire life to be social media? It's very stressful. And that's like a big thing that, you know, nobody really knew or understood when this whole thing started, because nobody knew exactly how long this was gonna continue. It turns out way longer than really any of us thought, like way longer. And so with that being the case, it's like they've grown up, they're having families and kids, they're getting, you know, having lives that don't encompass and completely circle just like being a beauty YouTuber. They're actually having to like, they're actually going out there and living life and not just sitting and talking about it. Not me though. I'm a loser who stays in my home, but y'all be easy. The thing is, as they're growing up, some people are growing with them and some people are growing apart from them. And that's okay. And there's a reason I said don't feel guilty, because I feel like sometimes people feel like they have to stay subscribed to someone, and you don't. You don't have to tell them you left, but like, you don't have to stay subscribed. Because here's the thing. As the girlies have started growing up and having families and having kids, I feel like there is a whole level of people who are like, I don't want to hear about your baby. Which, fine, same, I don't want to hear about anybody's baby. I don't like children. I'm gonna be honest, like, I don't like children. I don't find that kind of content interesting. But there are people who do. But the thing that I find so strange about that is it feels very much like people are super eager and excited when a content creator's like, oh, I'm having a baby, up until the kid pops out. Once that kid is born, it is just like a huge, it's like, fuck you, stop talking. like, and I don't mean that to like be mean or anything to anybody, but it just feels very much like we turned into this whole like, we don't want to hear about it anymore. We were excited that you got pregnant, but we are now finished with the whole baby saga of your life. And then people start saying things like, oh, they should create another channel. I actually, I have changed my mind on that. I don't think they should have to. because honestly, running one channel is difficult enough. And I know there's like, oh, YouTube is their job. They can just do that. It's actually a pain in the dick. It's like more irritating than you think that it would be. You know, when you try to run more than one channel, like, first of all, it's easier if you have like 2 or 3 computers. And here's why, before anybody just starts being like, Audra, you're being dramatic. I'm not. Because you have to remember to upload it on the right channel. You have to be signed in properly, because otherwise you like fuck up and you're like, ah, no. And then it's like uploading to your main, and then you're like, that's not what I wanted. Then you have to go delete it. And it's just like a big pain in the ass. And also I think that it's your channel. You should feel free. They should feel free to do exactly what the fuck they want on that channel. They should not feel like all of the creators currently who had babies and what they should not feel like they have to make a separate space so that you can feel happy with, because they name the damn video. You know what I mean? The video's named. If you don't want to watch baby content, then you just don't watch that video. You see what I'm saying? Khadijah, that is her name. Sorry, it just hit me as I was putting on this other fucking stunning wing. It hit me that her name is Khadijah. I'll try to link her channel down below. Not like she needs any, ups from me, but I'll link her channel in the video below about drama. There we go. You see what I'm saying? I told you it was gonna work itself out. You were looking at me like, Audra, I'm not sure. And I know, we still have issues right here, but we're gonna fix it. Don't you worry. Get away from me. No, don't. And it's like, who would have thought Audra would change their mind on something? Me? I would. Audra would. Thank you. But I mean, the reality is we should not expect somebody, because it's inconvenient to us, the viewer, because I don't care to hear about your baby. I shouldn't expect them to like make a separate space for their baby content. I began to like really think about, I'm like, it's their channel. They can do what the hell they want to do. And honestly, it's kind of a pain in the ass, like creating another channel. And for a viewer, I actually really don't, I'm going to just be honest. I don't like it when a lot of content creators have more than one channel, because it becomes too much. I get irritated by the notifications. I know I can turn my notifications off, but then I wouldn't know that my friends had videos up while I was at work, and I could listen to it while I'm working. So no. But I don't like it. I don't enjoy it when a content creator has, this is our couples channel, and then this is the baby channel, and then this is my lifestyle channel. Just put it all in one place, baby. Make it like Target. Thank you. Makeup, babies, all the shit. Because you can pick and choose what you want to watch. Like, I feel like that's one of the cool things about what's happening with beauty YouTube in general, is like the evolution of people realizing you can just create the content that you want to create, and you don't have to feel beholden to this idea that you have to do this one thing. And I think that as the girlies are growing up, it's bothersome to some, because like I said, they don't really care about their babies. But on top of that, on top of the girlies growing up, and like why we're all in a breath holding pattern, is also because like, shit, we really have to like come to terms with our reality, which is like, nobody wants to take the mantle. Not really. I think people think that they want to take the face of beauty YouTube mantle, but not really. No, you don't. Nobody does. I don't. I sure as shit don't. You know what I mean? I have resigned, or not resigned myself. I have come face to face with the reality that like I could never get more than 10,000 subscribers, 10,100, whatever I have, right? I could never get more than that. And I'm still going to create content because I do enjoy creating content. I have awesome patrons and channel members. We do all of this fun stuff. Well, not all, but mostly movie nights, which is what I can do right now. But I have all of that going on. I would keep making content, you know what I mean, and enjoy myself regardless. It's not a thing where I'm like, oh, if I don't get to this many people, then I'm quitting, right? Because like that sounds so cute in theory, but realistically, like this is a great way for me to like let go of my let my artistic expression free. I don't know that I love this for this, but we're gonna see. I'm gonna just put it on a little bit like a blush and see how this works out. It's just like so. It's cute-ish, but it's not really what I wanted. But the real reason nobody wants that mantle is because like you're just gonna get torn down. We have to realize that like we create a community and a large amount of us are fucking awesome people, right? And we want to see people succeed and we are happy when they do, right? But I think I was talking about subscribers, but we'll get back there, I promise. No, I don't promise. I take it back. ADHD, I can't be making promises my ADHD will not commit to. The thing that I really wanted to get at here is that like we can all day long say that, but I would never want to be the face of the beauty community because there's a long line of people who will be ready and willing and waiting to take me down. Because that's one of the ugly truths of our community, is that as much as people claim to be supportive and they're like, oh, we love to see women make it, we love it, there's a lot of people who don't. I would never want to be on top because once you're on top, all everybody wants to do is watch you fall. Like there's a lot of people who are just invested in watching you fall. I feel like almost once you pass like 50K subscribers, suddenly everybody has like there's this group of people, not everybody. When I say everybody, I'm talking about this particular group of people. The haters, they drink a lot of haterade and you know, they be thirsty and it's fine. I guess do you, boo. But they're just waiting. You know, you hit around the 50K mark and suddenly it's, you know, there's conversations about what a shill you are, your sponsorships, how much you've changed, which of course people change. It's so weird that people just want people to stay like the same. I am not the same person now that I was at 21, okay? Not. Like, it's not even a thing. Like, I'm not that same human being. Like, I'm smarter sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. But I'm usually smarter. I'm prettier than I was when I was younger. Well, it's facts. I'm prettier, I'm happier. There's just like a lot of different things where it's like, I'm glad I'm not, 34-year-old me. 34-year-old me was married unhappily. Like I'm glad that I'm this me. Of course people are changing. But it just feels like if you were to stay in that realm, oh my God, this blush is fucking beautiful. Like I've been like playing with it like gently this whole time, but y'all, I decided to use it. I used the Firewall, the lime crime blush that I brought in the Sinful haul. Bitch, this is gorgeous. It's so pretty. I can't. We were discussing how people are just ready and waiting for your fall, which is true. People are just like kind of constantly on this thing waiting for the moment where they can take you down. And I find that is like really weird. And I feel like there's a lot of creators who think the way that I do, that like, they're like, I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be the person that everybody, can't wait to destroy. I don't want to be the person. The other thing too is I feel like there's a level of not even knowing anymore if people like want to be your friend, like actually be your friend, or if they're being nice to you because, you can do something for their YouTube career. I'm a behind the scenes bitch. So there's a lot of people that I, know or reach out to, and I just do things that I don't really like to. I don't like publicizing all my friendships and all that shit. I don't like if somebody's having a hard time, I message them privately and I'm like, hey, sorry that you're going through this. Let me know if I can help. Like that's the kind of person I am, right? But like that's painful though, because there's a lot of people who, if they didn't know that about me, which most don't, they would think that I wanted something. And I'm like, I don't want anything. I'm good. I just saw you were having a rough time and, we're kind of in some of the same circles. We know some of the same people. So I thought I would just see how you're doing. Period. That's it. With that being the case, I feel like this weird sensation of people wanting to tear, like we work so hard to build someone up and then we just crush them down. And until that behavior leaves, like I don't really think anybody wants to get there because like that shit's ugly, yo. It's so ugly. It's not a good look at all. mascara, lips, and then we're out. I mean, that teardown crew is ready and waiting at all times, so I am good. And I feel like there's a lot of creators who feel like concerned about growing. Like, I'm fine. I am fine right where I am. Because honestly, I think, you know, I prefer my life to just like not be under a microscope, and I prefer not, I don't care if people don't like me, right? That's fine, don't like me. But I don't want people like eagerly awaiting my demise. That's just like it's not a great feeling, like, ooh, rough. Why do you hate me so much? Actually, I don't care, but like, I still want to know the answer because I'm curious. Isn't that terrible? Like, I don't care, but I want to know why, because I'm a curious person. The whole concept and idea of just essentially being able to help build up a creator, talk about how much you like them, and then the second they get, you know, in your opinion, too big for their britches, you're ready to tear them down. And suddenly everything they do is annoying and you just start like being a dick. And it's really just upsetting. Like, there's not, it just kind of brings about like this sad sensation of like, why can't women, you know, want to see each other grow and like actually be happy for them instead of like that small sector, you know what I mean? Because like overwhelmingly, you know, women and femmes are like that, but there's that small awful sector that is just fucking haters, and it's like, dude, did someone just always give you black licorice candy for Halloween? What's up? You know what I mean? I guess I've said all of that to say, like, these are the things that I think are going on in the beauty community, and I just think that the lack of, you know, drama going on everywhere is obviously going to be painful for some folks, and we need to do something about our addiction to said drama. You know, stop looking for problems. There's a difference between holding someone accountable, right, for like real shit, and like just like dumb petty bullshit. Like, we need to kind of like, you know, figure out where you want to put the eggs, because they can't all be in the exact same basket, you know. And we have to remind ourselves that too, that like when we accuse people of shit that's not true, like we made accusations and we potentially can make someone's life harder by doing that. You know what I mean? Like, just remember that the words that you say mean something to someone. All right, so this is the look. I'll put some lips on. I just don't want to do it right now, because I just don't want to. I'm gonna film another video. I'll put the lips on at that point in time. Let me just, I'll bring you in close for the eyes today. Today we're gonna, no, I won't. It's messy, it's ugly. It's not ugly. Yes, no. Yeah, here we come. That's it. That's the video. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please do me a favor and give this video a big thumbs up. So then that way the algorithm goddess can continue to do what she does best, which is push me further down into the algorithm so that I can continue to do whatever the fuck I want to. And as usual, huge shout out to my patrons and spooky bays, yeah. Without y'all, I truly would not be able to keep the bats in the belfry and the spiders firmly ensconced in their webs. To all of you who like, watch, share, and subscribe, I appreciate you as well. I don't know when this video is going up, but we're about to finish out Hell House LLC this weekend, and you will never, like, I'm so excited for the next week's movie night. Which I don't know, who cares? But I'm gonna be excited now, and you're gonna have to deal with it. Anyways, that is it. You know it costs $0 to be kind. It's so good for your soul, because if you don't take care of it, I'm really honestly ready to snatch all of them, because sometimes the day I have, XOXO, got the girl. Yes, I do, I'm sorry. Listen, I use the viewfinder sometimes because I'm glad I didn't burp like that on camera, because, ooh, child, that was a hell of a burp. Look at me looking so cute. Anyways, wait, let's see if I can do my axle right quick. Jungle Welcome to the jungle. Never mind, I already ruined it. my serpentine in the jungle. See right here, I have like a little, welcome to the jungle. I like my like weird, exaggerated accent. Shit just hurt my fucking feelings. I always feel like such a stupid idiot when I can't find things. Oh, it's the dip in my face. Never mind, let's look close again. I'm like, I'm stupid, but I'm not stupid, I just am messy. Are you eating my underwear? Oh my God, I gotta go.